Hello and welcome everyone. Today we are going to learn about Lambda function. So in our previous videos we have covered a Python beginner session in which we had all the basics. We covered all the basics in the Python beginner session, and then in the last session I explained about comprehension. So if you didn't see previous videos, there's a link in description box. That's the playlist of previous videos, so you can go through that so you can understand this video as well. There is also GitHub repository link where I post all the lessons videos that I have covered till now. So you can see all the exercises that we did in the video. So Lambda function here actually, uh, you know how to define a function, user function. When you define, there are built-in functions and there's also user-defined functions. So in the function video, we covered this topic as well. So in user defined function, you define it by def keyword, and then you give a name to your function and then close it with parentheses and colon. And then inside the function, you write your block of code that performs a certain calculation and the thing that you want to call by that function. So you don't want to repeat the code again and again, same code again and again. So here lambda is also a function, but it is anonymous function. So that means for user defined function you have to use def keyword, but for lambda you don't need to define it by def keyword or anything. You just give lambda and then you write your block of code, your expression in that. So that's also kind of, you can say, comprehension. In comprehension, that's the substitute for loop. So lambda, you can say, is a substitute for functions, defining functions, because you can use it anonymous anywhere. So here what is user defined function is, you write a def keyword, then you define function name, and in the parenthesis you pass your argument and you cover it with a colon, and then you return a value. Or if you don't want to return a value, you can print a value also inside the function. So when you call the function, it directly gives you output. It doesn't return a value to a variable, it gives you directly output. So in lambda function, what you do, you just write lambda, and then the value you are going to you want as an output here, and here you write your block of code, or whatever calculations you want. So for example, here I'm just creating a function that is calculating with 2, that's doubling up your figure. So whatever number you give to the function, it will double it up because it will multiply it by 2 and then give it to you the written value that is multiplied by the 2. So if we run it here, because here in double function I give the parameter 5, I give the value 5. So what it is giving me in the back, it is multiplying 5 by 2 and giving me answer 10. So if we do the same thing with lambda function, what happens, we define, we first assign a variable. In that variable we assign our lambda function. So here we said lambda, and then we give it a variable which is returning the value. What value that is returning? After colon, whatever block of code you are, whatever calculation you are doing after colon. So here what I'm doing, I'm saying that whatever value we get in x, it should be double up or multiply by 2 and then return it here. So here, because this lambda function is in the variable ans, that is answer, so I just define the parameter in the answer, and when you run it, it will give you the same answer. There's another example. For example, you want to do some kind of calculation where you want to pass three values in the function, and then you want to multiply by each other, like 2 multiply 3 multiply by 4, or whatever numbers you want to give. So these three numbers multiply itself and then return a value to you. So how will you do it? Yes. So how will you do it? You just define a function def, then you do make your function. I made function calc to do the calculation. Then I am passing three arguments here, a, b, and c. And what I'm doing, I'm getting a result in ans variable with a multiply b multiply by c, and then I'm returning this value ans from the function. So when I call this function calc and pass 2, 3, 4, this figure, it should give us answer by 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 4, that is 24. And now if I do the same with lambda function, I pass the answer, whatever value I'm returning in x variable. Here I call it lambda. Then I'm passing three arguments here, a, b, c. And after colon, I'm doing my calculation, that is a multiply b multiply by c. And when I'm calling this lambda function by x variable, because I have defined the function to the variable x, and then I'm passing these arguments 2, 3, 4, I'm getting the same result 24 because it's multiplying 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 4. I hope you understand it. If there is any confusion, any doubt, please write in the comment box and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Now we will do a normal function like user defined function with if and else condition. So in case if you assign a word, a string, or a sequence, and you want to check the length of that string or that sequence, you want to check if the sequence is more bigger than 5, then it will say true, otherwise it will give us answer false. So here if I run this program, I have assigned two values two different times by calling two times the same function, 1 and Python. So if we run it, because 1 is less than 5, so we are getting answer false, and Python is more than 5, so it is getting true. If we do the same with lambda function, if with if and else condition, how we do it? We first define lambda, then we define the word that is the argument or the return value here because we are asking one value to return. Then we do our calculation. So true if len is bigger than 5, else it is false. So if we run it, we'll get the same answer as we did here. In lambda function gets more helpful when used inside a function. Then it becomes function inside function. So for example, if we want to calculate power of 2 of any value whatever we give, then here we have created a function power, and then in that function we are calling lambda, where what lambda is doing, it is taking an argument here that is 2, and this argument will be the other argument. So here base equals to power 2. So here always it will be, always it will return whatever value we pass in lambda, that it will be power 2. So we are not passing two arguments, we are passing one argument. So when calling base, because we have given this lambda to the base by function inside function, so we are asking to find the power of 4 power of 2. So if we run it, it will give us 4 power of 2 is 16, because here comes 2 and here comes 4, because we have made this lambda function in the base, so we are calling base here. So lambda function basically is a compact way to write function. So if your function includes one expression, if you want to assign multiple values but you want to return one value in the function, then lambda function is very useful and it is anonymous. It's a shorter version of function and it's easy to make and easy to call. I hope you understand it. If there is any doubt, any question about how to use lambda function, then write in the comment box and I will give you more examples so you can understand it better. If you like this video, please press like button, subscribe it, so whenever I upload new video, you get the notification about it. So please write your comments, how you like the video, how I can improve my next one. And if you want to practice any exercise, please let me know that as well, so I can add some exercises in GitHub repository where you can practice more about these things. Please watch my previous video if you haven't watched, and keep learning, keep practicing. See you until next time.